Hello 11A, hope that you're all well. Today we are going to be doing a test for your listening test. So please get rid of all of your laptops and mobile phones or translators or dictionaries or thesauruses, anything that has technology or English to Chinese, Chinese to English or English to English words. Please make sure they're off your desk. Pop them on the ground, pop them at the back of the room. I want to make sure you are not able to get to them. The reason that I am doing these tests with you is so that you get a better mark for your listening and your reading tests. So they're both very important tests that are coming at the end of this semester. So trying to learn that between now and then is an efficient way for you to improve your overall mark. Cheating on these tests will simply cheat yourself. The reason we're doing it is to work out what words you do know and what words you really need to focus on and learn. So please make sure that you just have your pen and the document that you can see on the screen. I need you to have that document printed out and in front of you. What we're going to do is I'm going to go through the questions one by one and I want you to answer the questions. At the end, if you need more time, I would like you to pause the video for 10 or 15 minutes. Then please press play again and I will go through the answers with you so you can find out what score you got immediately. It also means you will know which words you really need to start concentrating on. Every week you will have a test. It will either be for listening vocabulary or the reading vocabulary. This week we've got listening skills. First, can you please complete the acronym NGO? So I want to know what it stands for. NGO. The next question, and you should know this one from science, DNA stands for. So DNA. I now would like you to match the word to the definition. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, and we have the definition on the right-hand side. So the words that we have are pollution, genomes, genetics, diagnosed, infections. Please note you need to get used to listening to these words because it is part of the listening test. So pollution, genomes, genetics, diagnosed, and infections. Let's match them to the description. Inherited characteristics, getting a sickness, discovery of sickness by doctor, harmful effects on the environment because of substance or poison. Finally, set of chromosomes. So chromosomes being those little bits and pieces that are in your body. Next, we will do a word close. I'll give you a couple of minutes just to try and finish that bit off. But as I said at the end, if you would like to press pause to have a bit more time, but please, please, please do not waste my time and your time using phones, laptops, or dictionaries. Make sure that you're not speaking with one another either. Okay, now we're going to do a word close. The words that we have are tobacco, liver, carcinogenic, and lung. So something is a something. This means it can cause cancer, in particular, something cancer. Consumptions of too much alcohol or sugar can cause something cancer. Okay, next match the sentence to the word. So the words that we have are invested, diversity, persuasive, comprehensive, relocation, proposal, and thriving. She was great at influencing people. We needed to move to a different place. We had we gave money to the company, something in it. I suggested a new idea. I gave a new. The company was growing and performing well. It was a fully developed plan. It's important to have a range of products. It's important to and I've actually written the wrong word there. It's not diversity, it's diversify. So diversify. Okay. So again, please pause if you want to have a couple more moments, but again, remain silent. Do not copy each other or ask for suggestions. It's really about finding out what you do know and what you don't know. So if you cheat, we don't find that out, which means you don't learn the word, which means that you will have a less than good mark in your listening test. So pause now. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is now swap your piece of paper with the person next to you. So swap with the person next to you. So Boyka will swap with Apple. Queenie will stop with Cherisi. I imagine Cherisi sitting where. Anyway, find someone, swap with a partner. Get a red pen. So we're going to go mark through these. Now you can get a score out of 18. So this is 1 mark, this is 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you can get a score out of 18. And I want you to send me just what your score is. Okay, I don't need to know which words, but just what your score is so I can see how everybody is going. All right, we're marking each other's paper to make sure that we're not cheating. So NGO stands for non-governmental organisation. Non-governmental organisation. And DNA stands for DOX. Actually, I might pop this word in for you. So DNA stands for, hopefully you have remembered this, deoxyribonucleic acid. If you would like to understand how that's pronounced properly, please ask Mayuri because I cannot pronounce that. But that is what DNA stands for. Okay, so that's 1 mark, 2 mark. Let's go down and match the words to the definition. So pollution is the harmful effects on the environment because of substance or poison. So if you've drawn a line from here to here, you've gotten that correct, and that would be 1 mark. Genomes. Genomes is a set of chromosomes. So genomes is a set of chromosomes. Genetics. Genetics is an inherited, well, they are inherited characteristics. So genetics are inherited characteristics. So for instance, if you wear glasses, it's quite possible that your parents wore glasses, and so you've inherited those genetics, which causes the change in your eyes. Diagnosed is discovery of sickness by a doctor. So when you're diagnosed is when they tell you that you're unwell. And infections, or an infection, is when you have a sickness. Okay, so something's happening to your body, making you unwell. So the total marks we can get here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you could have got 5 marks for that section. Let's move down to the word close. Tobacco, I should have explained a little bit further. I'm sure that you all know, but tobacco is in cigarettes. So the answer to this, tobacco is a carcinogenic. This means it can cause cancer, in particular, lung cancer. Consumption of too much alcohol or sugar can cause liver cancer. Okay, so your lung is the apparatus through which we breathe, and your liver is actually what processes all of the things that you eat and drink. So you've got to eat and drink good things to make sure that our liver stays nice and healthy. So here you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. So 1 mark per correct word. So you can get a total of 4 marks here. Match sentence to the word, and the words we have are invested, diversify, persuasive, comprehensive, relocation, proposal, and thriving. She was great at influence people. She was persuasive. So that will be 1 mark. So she was persuasive. We need to move to a different place. We had a relocation. So if you're moving from one place to another, you are relocating, you have relocated, or having a relocation. We gave money to the company, we something in it, we invested in it. I suggested a new idea, I gave a new proposal. The company was growing and performing well. It was thriving. So companies or people or plants, anything can thrive if it's growing and doing well. To thrive or thriving. It was a fully developed plan. It was comprehensive. So if you've got all of the information, we'll say it's very comprehensive. And my word has just stopped working. So I'll just stop in a minute, but the last one, it's important to have a range of products. It's important to diversify. So it's important to diversify. So when you go through all of those answers, count how many your partner got. So out of a total mark of 18, if you've got 16, you're doing really, really well. If you're under 14, you've got some big problems because these vocabulary words may be used in different parts at various times. So down the bottom, you can see I've written words I need to learn. So I want you to jot down, so hand it back to your partner once you've counted everything up. And now the person whose test it belongs to, please write down any words that you need to learn and focus on. So what I'm going to get you to do this week is, because next week we're going to be doing our reading vocabulary. So I would like you to start looking at your reading vocabulary. Make sure that you finish off the meaning and using the word in your own sentence. And we'll be having our next test next week on our reading vocabulary. So I would suggest that for the rest of this class, you continue researching and developing your vocabulary in preparation for these tests. Any questions, jump online, ask me on WeChat. Thank you very much, and I will see you next class.